I bet you want to know who's on the radio. Let's talk about it. I tell you what, you won't find a tandem better than these two. Let's talk about it. Are you ready for this? See, you didn't just stumble upon some random show. Nah, this here is destiny. Jeffery, Renee.
It's almost showtime, people.
Let's talk about it. Live with Jeffery and Renee. Watching is the best decision you'll ever make. Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Only on www.statusnetwork.net. Call or text in live 470-251-4647. Hashtag Let's Talk with Jeffery and Renee.
You know what time it is.
And here are your hosts, Jeffery and Renee.
What is going on, Facebook family? What's going on, Instagram family? It's time for Let's Talk About It Live with Jeffery and Renee. Every Saturday from 6 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. This is exactly how we do it. All right, Renee is still out. She'll be back very, very soon, and looking forward to having her back on the show. So we're going to do what we do in the way that we do it. And when we do it, we be doing it and doing it well. Man, listen, first of all, I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. Last time I was live on air, we had not yet had a decision in the Ahmaud Arbery, the killers of Ahmaud Arbery's trial. The McMichaels and I forget Cooter's name. You know, people in Brunswick, white people are called Cooter. You know it's a Cooter down there. I can't remember the other guy's name. Anyway, and they found all three of them guilty. The younger McMichael was found guilty on all counts. The father was found guilty on most of the counts. And the third guy, I can't think of his name, he was found guilty on most of the counts. I honestly couldn't believe it. Now, don't get it twisted. I saw the video. Don't get it twisted. They were guilty. Don't get it twisted. I was still nervous. And that's really, really a shame. Because when you think about it, that case shouldn't have taken 70 days. 70 days for those men to be charged. And in fact, the video was actually revealed by the man, Roddy. His name was Roddy. Roddy's attorney gave the video to a news station that he thought would exonerate his client. It shouldn't have taken all of that. And then the father, the senior McMichael, guess what? He had a rap sheet. Now, it's not a rap sheet like you think, somebody who's been arrested and things like that. No, I'm talking about a law enforcement officer rap sheet. Plenty of complaints against him. He actually was doing desk duty because he had been stripped of his badge, stripped of his gun. And when you go back and you look at his record, that man was still trusted by the authorities in the Brunswick area. I just wanted to say that piece right there to get that part over with and done, because I didn't get a chance to come back and talk about it the same week that it happened. But it's all good. The phone number is 470-251-4647. Now that we've talked about that, it is time to get to our tradition here. We always take time to spotlight our HBCUs here by giving them a little bit of HBCU love by spotlighting their marching band. This week will be no different. I believe we have a older tune this week called New York State of Mind, played by the Southern University Jaguars. It's a hot clip. I love this song right here. We're going to play it right now and come right back at you. Go ahead and go play Yes, sir. Did they do it? Did they do it or did they do it? Yes, sir. Southern University's marching band playing New York State of Mind. I love it when they play that rendition, especially when they do it as a blowdown. If you don't know what a blowdown is, that's when the band is marching off the field and they're playing some type of song, some type of fanfare as they go to the sideline. And then they get crunk right in front of the stands. Only at an HBCU. Only at an HBCU. I need y'all to understand and feel me. Okay, let's get to the news. Now, first of all, in Michigan, Oxford, Michigan, there was another school shooting. As a matter of fact, I think it's Oxford High School in Michigan. Not too far, either in Detroit or outside of Detroit. This young man was bullied, according to reports. This young man displayed signs that he was about to do something violent. The school notified the parents. The parents, if I'm not mistaken here, the parents went out and bought him a gun. They posted it on social media, bought him a weapon. Now, let's be real about it now. That ain't against the law. If they want to go out and buy him a weapon, they can do that. Now, the father purchased the weapon in his name, but some of the reports have said that he, the father, said it was for his son. Okay. We're still in America. People still buy firearms for their children. Let's keep it a buck here. The way they were portraying this young man in the media at first, they were showing pictures of him when he was in junior high school, it seemed, looking all innocent and everything like that. He's been charged as an adult. And then I think they started to feel the blowback from it because now they're starting to circulate pictures of his mugshot. Now listen, I have children. I understand how it is to go through high school. It's been a minute since I've been in high school, but I understand the pressures. People bully people. I get all that stuff. We had this saying when I was a little boy called sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That was empowering to me, you know. So now it seems though, sticks and stones, yeah, they'll break your bones, and words, they hurt me too. It's almost like you don't teach kids to be stronger mentally. I digress. There is no justification though for what the young man did. In fact, he laid out plans for it. A teacher saw him researching where to get ammunition. He made a drawing, and the drawing was of a bullet and said blood everywhere. So, I mean, that was a hell of a sign that somebody needed to do something. It turns out that the parents have been charged in the unfortunate killing of 4 students. And now, just today, they were arrested. They withdrew several $1,000s out of their bank account. They turned their cell phone off and they were hiding. Now, they said they were getting death threats. They said they were getting death threats. I don't doubt it. At the same time, though, if you're getting death threats and you have a warrant out for your arrest, you are still considered a fugitive. And they were considered a fugitive of the law. They're in custody now, and they're facing manslaughter charges, involuntary manslaughter charges in Michigan. One of the scariest scenes that came out of this was a video that some of the students recorded. They were holed up in a classroom. They were sheltering in place, and somebody came to the door. We're going to play this video, and I want you to listen really, really closely to the person on the other side of the door and what they say, and watch the students' reaction. This is the shooting in Michigan. Go ahead and roll that video.
Yeah, he said it's safe to come out.
Now, we're not willing to take that risk right now. I can't hear you. We're not taking that risk right now. Okay, well, come to the door and look at my bag, bro.
No. Yeah, bro.
He said bro.
He said bro. Red flag.
Go.
Oh.
Fine.
I want you to drop backpacks. You're okay. We're okay.
Okay, I want you to understand something. The person on the other side of the door was actually a sheriff. He said bro to make the kids feel comfortable. But like those kids, those young students, I wouldn't have opened the door either. What law enforcement officer says bro? Hell no. He should have said sir, ma'am. Hey, listen, gave his badge number, did all that stuff to help them feel comfortable. Now, I don't blame them for running, because unfortunately there was an active shooter event going on at Oxford High School in Michigan. Again, now you notice that the post that we just played, it said that only in America do they have school shootings. And you know, from everything I've seen, that's true. At the same time, America has you know, certain rights and protections that allow you to go and purchase a weapon. There are some restrictions around it, but for the most part, in every state in this country, you can go buy a firearm. You might have to jump through more hoops based on where you are, but you can go buy a firearm. So that's not to say there's not violence in other schools in other countries. In England, where people really don't have the right to bear arms, people get stabbed with knives. Crime still happens, don't get it twisted. Now, personally, I am not against gun ownership. As a matter of fact, the only time that the National Rifle Association found a problem with gun ownership was when the Black Panthers marched on the state capitol in California. That was the only time the NRA had a problem with gun ownership, when we had them. So look at it for what it's worth. But in this country, you do have the right to bear arms. I just can't underscore enough, though. I don't believe that needed to happen. Hey, as much as I talk about police officers and, you know, bad police officers, let me clarify, as much as I talk about bad law enforcement members, hey, teachers, if you see that, I don't understand why they didn't call the police. I don't understand why they didn't give it to the resource officer that they had at the school. I don't understand why. The caucasity of it. The absolute caucasity of it. You can bet that if that were a person of color, he never would have shot that school, because he would have been arrested for making terroristic threats. The parents would have been called after they had already arrested his ass. Now, I'm not trying to racialize this thing. I'm just calling it what it is. Those children did not have to die. Somebody should have done something, not after the shooting, but before. They had everything they needed, everything. Damn, how much more did you need? Y'all folks killing me. Y'all killing me. That's a tragedy, but that's one of those tragedies that just, there were too many warning signs, and it just didn't need to happen. Sorry to hear that it happened, and praying for the families that were affected by that. Speaking of being affected, my goodness, all I want to know is, why come we can't ever have nothing nice? Why come we always got to find a reason to fight? Why come? We just can't have a good time? So Swiss Beats, Timberland, and a couple other folks got together and came up with this concept called verses. And the thing about it, especially during the pandemic, is it was off the chain. They still have some really good ones planned, and some really good ones that happened recently, except for the Shaka Khan one. Shaka Khan wasn't feeling it, and she was terrible on stage. It is what it is. But they had one recently, and it became a real versus. Now, it was Bone Thugs and Harmony versus 3-6 Mafia. Now, that should have been legendary. They should have been going back and forth, you know, and it just should have popped off. And what do you think happened? What do you think happened? In case you don't know, I got a video to show you what happened. Go ahead and roll that clip for me.
We even get started, you ugly motherfuckers ain't finna be mocking me while I'm on motherfucking stage. Like straight the fuck up.
Nigga, suck my dick.
And gangsta boo.
Suck my dick. Me. What the fuck?
You a hater, Busy Ball, you a hater. You mustn't take your pills. You weirdo ass nigga. Fuck wrong with you, bitch ass nigga. Busy Ball a hater. Sissy ass nigga, the fuck wrong with you?
Why y'all do this shit, man? And I know they were losing.
Hey, Busy Ball gonna ruin y'all career. Y'all better without him. Fuck him.
I know they were losing.
He ain't take his pills. Boo Busy Ball, y'all. He fucked up the show.
That's why the nigga ain't been in the group.
No,
like
we gonna
2
get
years.
this together.
Damn, we supposed to go.
Come on now. I mean, did you see that? Why? Why? I'm saying it like that on purpose. Why? It should have been a fun event. It should have been legendary. Rapping is known for the battle. I mean, what's the point? If you can't battle, if you can't take a little heat, if somebody, you know, spitting game at you and they're hitting you in a place where you taking it personally, well, damn, you're in the wrong field. You're in the wrong field. Now, you know, there's been an apology said and all these excuses made, and hey, look, nah, you cost yourself and your group money, because usually when people do a versus, their streams go up, their sales go up. And you know what happens when you make more streams and more sales? You make more money. You couldn't keep your little ego in check for 3 hours? Damn, it's a shame. I guess you really gonna miss everybody, huh? All right, listen. I want everybody to know something. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about a young lady named Brittany Renner. Now, I'm gonna give it to you like this. I don't know how old she is. I think she's in her 20s, maybe late 20s, early 30s, something like that. She's an attractive woman. Don't get it twisted. And she has a pretty, you know, attractive personality as far as from the way she promotes herself. She can capture your attention. You will listen to her because she knows how to flip the switch to pull you in. Let's talk about Brittany just a little bit. There was a basketball player that she was alleged to have been getting a lot of money every month in child support. She said that was a lie. Y'all were lying on her. She claimed recently that she was living with her mother. She gave up her residence where she was and she moved to Charlotte, and she was living with her mother after she broke up with the basketball player. And, you know, basically all she had was her car. She said this like a week and a half ago. Okay. You know, everybody has ups, everybody has downs, ebbs and flows. I get it. But recently, Coach Deion Sanders of the Jackson State University athletic program football team had her come in and talk to his football players because he wants them to understand the pitfalls that happens when you become an athlete, especially when you make it to the next level. So this is prime time for Brittany Renner. I want to play that clip. They want to come and talk about, come back and talk about what she said to those young men. Go ahead and roll that clip.
Something happened. So a lot of guys who are in my DM, you're in my DM because I'm Brittany Renner. So naturally, if you play a sport, it's kind of like, well, that's an incentive to talk to you. A lot of times, women, men in general, everybody wants something.
Thank you.
Everybody wants something. So it's like, even if we both have our own thing going on, me still being with you is a good look because you boost my stock. just like you boost my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I boost your stock. It's just that simple. It's kind of like a give and take, but you have to be aware of what you're signing up for. You want to make it to the NFL, and it's kind of like, you do understand there's a lot that comes with that, right? There's gonna, like, to be able to decipher who really loves you for you, I think that's like the billion-dollar question we're all wanting to know.
This is how the game is played. Please know that. We putting you up on game because some of y'all gonna make it. I hope, pray all of y'all.
Yeah. All right, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Brittany. First of all, Dion is brilliant for exposing those young men to her like that, as opposed to she exposing herself to them. You get what I mean? You see the double entendre. But here's the point of it, though. It's brilliant because he's giving these men an opportunity to hear something in a way that they may not have heard at home because their father might not have been there. This might have been the first time in their whole life that a man put them up on game. Because women are slick. I mean, women are slick. For real. If you're not careful, a woman will get you. Now, please understand what I'm saying. Women are beautiful. Women are intelligent. Women are necessary. Women are healthy. Vitality. Women have a healthy vitality. Women can help us with our vitality is what I'm trying to say. And outside of that, they deserve respect, to be treated with honor and dignity. Okay, all that aside now, there's a whole section of women whose things be thangin'. I mean, they things be thangin'. And they know they be thangin'. And so what they do is they use that thing to come and take everything you got. And after you ain't got nothing, they're gone. So what I'm seeing Brittany do now is a subtle shift. She's taking her career to a different level. And it's going to be a much more prosperous level because everybody already knows that if she's telling you this is the game, she ain't lying. I mean, she has a track record. She's been very verbal about it. And now what she's doing is she's making a shift. And I believe that shift is going to be a positive thing for her. I think more people, more men and women, more people are going to learn from her and will start to gravitate away from the materialism. Because right now it seems like relationships are more material than anything. Broke ass woman wanting a Birkin. Wait a minute, you want me to buy you a Birkin? Now I looked at a Birkin just to see how much them things cost. I could buy a car. A car. You want a purse to put stuff in, to walk around like you got stuff, living in a damn apartment. It makes no sense. So, red bottom shoes, hellified shoes, nice shoes. You want some of those shoes. Real red bottom shoes. I've looked at those. They're expensive as hell. You can wear those shoes one time and then not want to wear them again. I got a friend I follow on Instagram, and she was going through boxes of Giuseppe's and Louis Vuittons and all these shoes that she's collected over the years, and she's sitting there like, I only wore these once. She was looking at a pair of shoes that were $2,000. She had boxes of them. For what? Come on, son. So I really believe the way, the path and the direction that Brittany may be going is going to be a positive thing for her and for people that she actually influences. So I'm hopeful about that. I believe something positive is on the way. All right. Brother Joe, how was your Thanksgiving, man? It was good? Good deal, good deal. I had family come to town, and I want everybody to know that Thanksgiving is about family, you know, getting back together, reconnecting. Don't get it twisted now. There's some real tragedy behind the first Thanksgiving, the second Thanksgiving most importantly, the third one even worse. because there were people who welcomed the pilgrims to this uncharted territory in their eyes, the pilgrims' eyes, but home to other people. I need you to understand that the people, the tribe that welcomed them, they welcomed them into their home. They didn't welcome them to their new land. They already discovered the land. It was home for them. And they were betrayed. And they had things stolen from them. So I just want to acknowledge what it means to that tribe, and to this day that tribe still regrets welcoming the pilgrims and helping them survive the harshness of it. But I want you to know that there's some people that will play a trick on you on Thanksgiving. So when I ask you how was your Thanksgiving, I want to show you a clip really quick of a brother who played a real funny joke on a young lady with a traditional holiday meal for some folks. It ain't tradition for me though, but for some folks it's tradition. How was your Thanksgiving? Go ahead and roll that clip.
Now, chitlins were actually a slave food. There were scraps that were given to the slaves. Yo, chitlins. Chitlins were scraps that were given to the slaves by the slave masters, and they turned it into a delicacy, and that was a tradition in the South.
You saw it. I need y'all to understand something. First of all, did you see the look on her face when she recognized and realized what she was about to eat? Now, chitlins, if you want to pronounce it the right way, chitlins are pig intestines. And you know what goes through the intestines. And so, I mean, there's some people that can really, really cook, and they figured out a way. And of course, the slaves had to do what they had to do to survive. In the end, though, you saw the look on her face, and you know that she was absolutely disgusted with what happened there. All right, now everybody, pay attention for a second. I have on an Atlanta Hawks shirt today because I don't have any UGA gear. You know, the only college paraphernalia you're going to find me wearing is Morris Brown College. I don't care where your school is. There's only one college in my mind that I'm paying money on for clothes that I'm going to wear. And I'm looking at this football score of Alabama versus Georgia. Now, they're playing up the street right now. Georgia is the #1 team in the country. They've been whooping everybody's ass all season long. Only a few games have been even close. I don't think they've been behind very long in any of the games that they played this year. It's 31-17 Alabama right now in the third quarter. 31-17. I'm trying to figure out how you gonna score 17 points right up the bat and then turn around and give up 31 points. 31 points. I don't get it. There is absolutely no way that Georgia should be losing. They got the better team. They've shown it. They've had a tougher schedule, or a schedule just as tough. And it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I need to speak to a manager. Matter of fact, let me call this dude right now. Real talk though, one of the coaches on the Georgia coaching staff, his name is Dale McGee. We went to high school together. He graduated from Kendrick High School in Columbus, Georgia. Boom. And y'all better win, Dale. I'm glad I ain't bet on y'all. All right, so here we go. Let's get back to it. Let's talk, ladies. Now, ladies, when y'all not in the mood, and we're in the mood, and y'all tell us no, we respect that. No means no. That means that, you know, you're not in the mood, you don't want to have sex. That's real talk. Let's look at the other side of the coin, though. You not being in the mood doesn't mean that we're not in the mood. You not wanting to have sex with us doesn't mean that we should force ourselves upon you. It just means that we shouldn't have sex with you. I want to roll this clip. And before the clip rolls, this gentleman makes a really, really strong point about autonomy over your body as a woman and autonomy over a body as a man. It's a really fascinating point. So I want to dive into this a little deeper after this video. Men, does no mean no sex with her? Go ahead and roll that clip.
Apparently some of you have some comprehension problems. So let's see if we can be very, very specific and clear about this time. You are right, 100% correct. You have 100% control of your body. It is 100% your choice to not to want to have sex. Your choice. Nobody should be able to have control over your body but you. Now that that's out of the way, let's be very clear about this next part, because this is the part that you seem to can't comprehend. That is where your rights stop, at your fucking body. Although you have 100% control over your body, you do not have a right and you do not have any control over your partner's body, despite that he's a man. You just don't like hearing that because you want to maintain 100% control of your body and his. You want to dictate when he gets to have sex and when he doesn't, because that gives you power, that gives you control, and you like it. You do not like it when that's fucking taken away from you, because see, we all have choices. You chose not to have sex when you knew he wanted to have sex because you viewed what you wanted more important than what he wanted. Now he gets a choice because it's his body, his fucking choice. And if he, like you, views what he wants as more important than what you want, he'll go out and get sex with someone else. Now you've both made the exact same decision, which was, I'm focused on me and what I want more than what you want. And I'm going to do what I want over what you want. It's fair game, fair play. You just don't like it. You're going to call him an asshole. You're going to say he's trying to coerce you into sex because he's threatening to go fuck someone else if he doesn't have sex, if you don't have sex with him. But it's not coercion. It's just him making the same choice you did. He has bodily autonomy just like you do. Because at the end of the day, if he's not there for you emotionally, he's not supporting you, he's not communicating with you, you will go find that from another man. And you won't call that coercion. You'll just tell him, you pushed me to this. You didn't communicate with me. You pushed me into another man's arms. You didn't support me. You pushed me into divorcing you. If him going and having sex with someone else is coercion, then those things are coercion. The reality is none of them are. They're just expectations and they're boundaries. So when you choose, and you get to choose what you do with your body, so does a man. You just don't fucking like it.
Oh, he dropped the mic on that one. All right, ladies, let's just keep it a buck. He told the absolute truth. The absolute truth. The granting of sex is something that a woman has to consent to all the time. In most states, if everybody consents, but you are intoxicated, under the influence of anything, in most states, well, I'll say many states, that is still considered a form of rape, because they believe that in those states, the law is, if your judgment is impaired, you cannot consent. That said, we know as men, if y'all ain't in the mood, we ain't getting none. If y'all ain't in the mood, we ain't getting none. This is what it is. And then if we go out and get some, you mad, because you only with me. You right, I'm only with you and you not meeting my needs. Clearly, there's an imbalance here. Why aren't you meeting my needs? I wasn't in the mood. Okay, I was. Who wins, who loses? You ain't never in the mood. If your man can say you ain't never in the mood, that means that you holding out for something other than just the mood. Okay, let's say if it's a health issue. That's different. If it's a health issue, yes, the man should be absolutely understanding of that. Absolutely, 100% of the time, health-wise, health issue. Okay, I had a baby. The baby 5. 5. Okay? Now, again, health or medical issues, I'm completely with that. Postpartum depression, hey, there's no law. I don't know if studies have really determined just how long that can last, but it can go several months. I'm just saying. So if that's what you're talking about, I get it, ladies. We're not talking about those issues. What we're talking about is you just not wanting to give up the goods because you want to be in control. It's his birthday. Well, let me give him a little bit. It's our anniversary. He better do something real nice for me, and then I'll give him a little bit. It's Christmas or Valentine's Day. Let me put a bow on and give him a little bit. Okay, that's it. Now, ladies, the expectation for us is when we get y'all, we get ultimate access. Sometimes we get more access before we get in a relationship with you. I mean, you were just humping around while we were just dating, you know, going out, hanging out, being cool. Now we in a relationship, and I need a crowbar. A crowbar to get you to open your legs for me. Now, fellas, don't get it twisted. You might not be doing the things that you did in the beginning to make her want to give you some. So I ain't letting y'all off the hook. However, if you are still doing those things, if you are present, you are accountable, you are consistent, you are doing the things that men are supposed to do, and she ain't giving you none, that sounds like a power move. I recommend to you that you take your power back and go get some. She'll be all right, because she wasn't giving you none anyway. Let her go. Fly, 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 fly. Let her go and go get you some from somebody that wants to give it to you. Now you gotta fight them for it. You gotta, work hard. No, let me take that back. You do need to work hard to maintain and keep your woman. I'm not even going to let that one slide. Even though I said it, I'm not going to let that one slide. You need to work hard to keep your woman. If she ain't working hard to keep you, there's other fish in the sea. I'm just saying. And ladies, don't act like the guy was lying. He hit the nail right on the head. Y'all expect us to acquiesce to your needs, your feelings, your wants, and your desires. But y'all don't want to do that for us. Yeah, I'm not in the mood. But he's my man and he needs some. Let me go ahead and drain his balls, ladies. Please just drain his balls. He'll be okay. But you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to play the little power trip. That's fine. Go ahead and leave, man. I'm telling y'all, it ain't worth it. No need to sit there and stress yourself out. All right, speaking of stressing yourself out. Now, first of all, I found a video of a young lady who has not seen her father since she was like 1. And I don't know the whole backstory. I just know that they were reunited not long ago. And when you see this video, I think you will understand the power of a father, a present father, the power of that bond between father and child. Ladies, don't get it twisted. The bond between mother and child is necessary. You are the portal that they come through, that they're birthed through into the world. There's no way around it. Every person, the vast majority, the overwhelming majority of people on the earth right now who've ever lived on the earth all came through a woman. With that said, I want to play this video. Fathers are necessary. And we'll come back and talk about it. Go ahead and roll that clip.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. But is she in or is she out after school?
I'm out. She's out now. I'm taking her.
No, I'm talking about in general.
Yes, she is.
like you didn't see it. Don't act like you didn't get a little tugging down in your heart. I mean, it's serious. And here's the part now. There's a generation of women who basically said that they did not need a man to help them raise their child. And they went it alone. And now those children are grown, who, for whatever reason, the father wasn't there. And they have this longing in them, some of them, to have that need met. But they don't know how to handle it. Because for many of them, they have never seen positive masculine energy interacting with their mother. And so when you don't see it in the real world, all you have is your imagination and TV. And those two things, they're dangerous. And so now these women, some of these women, who are fabulously successful, doing very well for themselves, and lonely as hell. Because when a man comes up to them who has enough masculine energy and he's bold enough to stand on his own too, well, guess what? She thinks he's controlling. Oh, he actually told me no. He actually has his own opinion. He thinks he my daddy. You don't even know your daddy. But you think, because that man can stand on his own too, that he's trying to control you, and that's just not the case. He's just being a man, and you can't relate to balanced masculine energy. With that being the case, ladies, some of y'all ask for this. Some of y'all ask for the current state that you're in. And now y'all want us to help you fix it. And I mean, what choice do we have? Let y'all sink? Let the community sink? Be stuck on pride? No, we gotta pitch in and do our part to help fix it. Ladies, just don't act innocent in this now. Don't act wounded. Be an active participant in identifying what the problem is and then instituting the solution. All right, now, we just talked about, at the top of the show, the kids at Oxford High School in Michigan. And that's serious. One thing I've noticed is that if somebody runs past you, are you going to sit there? Or are you going to run too? I mean, we really have to think about safety. I can tell you that most people I know, if somebody runs past them and they have the fear of God in their face, we're not sticking around to see what's chasing them. Most instances, people that I know, we're going to run too. So I got this video. I got two videos we're going to play. We're going to set this up. One is about self-defense. We'll play that one second. But the first one is, are you running or nah if you see somebody else running? Let's roll that clip and talk about it. All right.
Shit, what the fuck?
Okay, now they were playing a prank, but you noticed that as they went, more and more people started running. That's some real stuff. I mean, in real life, that happens. People just ain't gonna sit there and not run. So I'm gonna submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, that we all need to invest in self-defense. Now, self-defense can take the form of pepper spray, a legal firearm, some type of something to defend yourself, to protect your person. So I found a video of a brother demonstrating some safety tips and things to do to defend yourself should you ever find yourself in a situation, because self-defense is necessary. All right, go ahead and roll that clip.
First, were you ever getting jumped?
and you're in the middle, and they come at you like this, if this is what they're doing, what you want to do is, you want to navigate away from it. When they start coming at you, all you want to do is just navigate away. Navigate away. And see me, I'm out. I'm completely safe. Into the circle, and then they start swinging. Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! First of all, what you want to do in this situation is move the gun trajectory of the bullet away from your head, flip them around, take the gun out, and you're safe. See how easy that was? You're safe. Move the gun so the trajectory of the bullet doesn't go. Move the trajectory of the bullet from you, lean back, grab the gun. Now you can flip it around, your enemy can run off. Very simple. Very, very. Hold on, sir. Now what you want to do in this situation is take the gun and, for example, here's a knife to my neck. I take the knife, I flip him around, and I take his elbows and I navigate him away from me. I navigate him away from me.
Y'all don't try that stuff at home. I mean, like, there are people that have years and years and years of martial arts training, self-defense training. They do this as a career, advising lay people on what to do if somebody puts a gun to your head. It ain't no navigate away, because most people, the person holding the gun, most likely is going to have a reflexive action that's going to happen, especially if he's holding a gun. A trigger finger is what they call it. So, yeah, do your best to stay aware of your surroundings. That's something that you can always do. Put your phone down, walk and look at what's coming. And if you see some people walking towards you that don't look trustworthy, go the other direction. Real talk, when I first got to Atlanta, I was getting off the MARTA train in Vine City, walking towards MLK to go to the dormitories at Morris Brown College. Two guys were walking towards me on the same sidewalk as me. I look at them, I'm new to Atlanta, and I see them look around. I'm like, what the hell are they looking for? I mean, they're coming towards me looking around. I'm like, yeah, y'all not about to get me. It's just not going to happen. They didn't get me because I went the opposite direction. Just not going to happen. There was enough distance between me and them that even if they tried to chase me, it wasn't going to happen. I'm not the slowest brother in the world. Don't get it twisted. I can definitely run with something. But yeah, not going to happen. So I need everybody to understand now, even though I played that video and I think it's funny, yeah, be aware of your surroundings. It's still Atlanta. Crime is still of concern anywhere in the country. It ain't just got to be in Atlanta. It's anywhere in this damn country. Okay, let's talk about something else I want to really get into here. In Kyle Rittenhouse's case, when his charges were dismissed for self-defense, for killing 2 people and injuring a third, there was a young lady, the same age as Kyle Rittenhouse, in the same state, in the same city, same jurisdiction, in a similar situation, except hers was much more heinous. Kyle Rittenhouse, of course, went to the place with the gun, looking to protect property that was not his, that he wasn't authorized to do. You can't go and usurp authority or law enforcement to protect property. You cannot do that, especially in Wisconsin, or at least that part of Wisconsin. But this young lady was abducted and held by her kidnapper and sexually assaulted, and basically she was trafficked. And she ended up killing this man. Now, this man had a record. They had a video that he had created of him doing sexual acts to young children, to minors. And so this young lady, she killed him. And when she did that, she got arrested. She said she killed him in self-defense. She's still in jail. Same age, same place, Similar circumstances, except one of them was actually kidnapped, and the other one, he went there to protect property. So this young lady did something to protect her life, but this young man was protecting property, and then he felt like, oh, now we got to do something because these people are chasing me. Something's wrong with this picture. Now, I'm going to make sure that I give this the due deference that it deserves. I don't have all the information on it, but I'll have it on the show for next week, because it's something that we really have to examine as a country. How can we have a judge be so accommodating in the same jurisdiction to a young 17-year-old white male, and in the same jurisdiction, a kidnapping victim, someone who was sexually assaulted, defending herself, fighting for her life? How is it that she's still in jail? It's completely baffling. Yes, there are two different cases. Yes, there are two different circumstances. You can't tell me that this circumstance over here, though, does not deserve someone's right to protect themselves being elevated over property. I just don't, no, I do get it, because I know the country we live in. And this country is really, really, really worried about how it's perceived. You're worried about how it's perceived as opposed to how you are. If you are better, the perception of you is better. But if you're just worried about perception and not really worried about your character, well then, quite frankly, you ain't got no character. And this country's character, this country's real moral compass, that's something that's coming under more and more scrutiny every day. Also, Joel Osteen, several years ago, there was a theft at his church. $600,000 went missing. $600,000 went missing. Now, there are some churches that their annual budget for 5 years doesn't come to close to $600,000. This was one Sunday. One Sunday. That's how much money they found missing. Okay. So a plumber was at the church doing some work, and he moved a toilet. He noticed that the toilet kind of moved a little funny. He checked it, and behind the toilet in the wall were over 500 envelopes filled with money. 500 envelopes filled with money and checks. Now, let's just keep it a buck. First of all, who in the world put the money in the wall, in the bathroom? How does that amount of money just vanish like that, and you ain't got no types of cameras? I mean, if you got all that money, I know it's the house of the Lord, and I know you got faith, but at the same time, you're not protecting the Lord's money so you can do God's work. Come on, son. I'm really fascinated to see how this is going to work out, because I'll tell you, when they had the flooding in Houston, and Joel Osteen was like, oh, we're not going to open our doors to allow flood victims in because of insurance risk. What? I mean, we don't want to open our doors because of this. Every excuse in the book. Every excuse in the book. All the heat that he took over that, he deserved. Now, hey, you know, I know that some people believe that their pastor should be prosperous, because a prosperous pastor is a sign of a prosperous church. I get it. Okay. At the same time, though, you got to know that God really don't like ugly. And I'm not wishing bad on you. I'm just saying karma is definitely going to come around. Speaking of karma, Wendy Williams is going through it really, really bad with her health. Mentally, I know she's been going through a lot. the divorce with her husband took a toll on her. He's partying, he's starting businesses, he's doing all this stuff, and she is just really, really ill. Rumor is, you know, they're gonna end the Wendy Williams show and they're gonna have a new host soon. Every day is something different about Wendy. One day she's up, one day she's down, she's not coming back, there's hope she's coming back, so on and so forth. Once again, and I'm not wishing bad on her, I'm just saying you can't build a career being that nasty, being that gossipy, being that gangster, I guess, for lack of a better word, and reveling in people's misery or people's doubts or their fears or something negative. You can't go that long with that much negative energy and it not come back on you. You have to be careful how you treat people, how you talk about people, how you respect people, because it's just something about this energy that will bring whatever you put out right back to you. Now, I hate to see it. I don't wish that on nobody. I mean, a divorce is bad. When you got bad health on top of a divorce and really being betrayed like she was, come on now. I don't wish that bad on anybody. I am saying, though, that as much sympathy as she deserves, there are a lot of people out there who are like, hey, I ain't got nothing for you. Because that's what you put out, that's what you got back. We just got to be careful how we treat each other, for real. This thing ain't no joke. We got one life to live. Why not live it in a way that helps each other and brings prosperity to each other? It's enough wealth out there for everybody to come up. It really is. Go down the damn water aisle in the grocery store. It's water, first of all. It comes from the sky. You can collect water, filter it, put it in a damn bottle, and create your own water company. You really could do that. It's water. But you go down the aisle and look at how many different types of bottled water you can get. Mineral springs, alkaline, filtered, purified, mountain springs. It's all on the same aisle because the opportunity really is limitless. The only thing that limits it is your own perspective. Speaking of perspective, I really think they're going too far with this damn automation stuff and robots and stuff. Now, I know in some of the restaurants, they got a little robotic arm that will come and flip the burger. In some McDonald's, I don't eat at McDonald's, at some McDonald's you can go and hit a little kiosk and then the conveyor belt will make your food and deliver your food to a spot and you pick up your bag and you go. No human interaction. There's a company that's actually recruiting people to license their likeness for a robot. I believe that they're paying like $200,000 for your perpetual likeness added to a robot. So I did some research because I want $200,000. And what I actually found is that the robots are really coming. I found this video and I want you to watch the face and the movements and the mannerisms of this robot. This shit is getting crazy. All right, the robots are coming. Go ahead and roll that clip.
Now you know it, that I'm at an all-time.
Did you see it? Like the eyes just came open like somebody was shocked. Now, first of all, it's not perfect. You can still tell that it's animatronic and all that stuff. At the same time, though, that damn thing's getting pretty doggone close. Pretty close. And they're actually asking people to license their image for $200,000. I will let y'all know if I get that money. I ain't gonna give y'all none, but you will know and I got that money. Don't worry about it. You ain't gonna know. Trust me. All right, keeping it a buck. So, one thing I've noticed now, in Atlanta, it gets dark really fast all of a sudden. You know, me and Joe were leaving one day, and it was black as hell. It was super dark outside. I'm like, man, what? I don't believe how dark it's getting so quick. I found someone who actually did a time-lapse video, and they recorded themselves on the porch as it went from daytime to nighttime. It's absolutely amazing. Daylight saving time is the clip that we're going to play for you, but I really want y'all to watch. Now, the transition, I mean, the way that they got the camera set up, everything is just amazing. Watch how brilliant it is, watch how bright it is, and then watch the slow fade to night. It is absolutely brilliant. This is daylight savings time. Roll that clip. That's exactly how it happens. I know it ain't just me. I know it ain't just, as long as it's 4 o'clock, it's bright outside. As soon as that 5 o'clock hit, it's dark. I know it ain't just me. I know it ain't. You know, I ain't even worried about that. I appreciate y'all. I ain't even worried. I know it ain't me. Hey, let's do a score check. Let's see what we're looking like, Georgia. Georgia, I'm going to need y'all to do better. Y'all with the whole season undefeated. Let me see what we got. I'm trying to support y'all. It's the fourth quarter, and it's 38-17. Now, I got some friends that I was, specifically looking at trash talking. I'm always hearing them talking about some roll tide. Hell no. Now I got to hit that again. And it's 17-38. You ain't scored no points since the second half. Wait a minute. Yeah, second half. No points. And they're basically just blowing y'all out. Touchdown. All over the place. Y'all might fall to number 4 after this loss. Alabama might be number 1. Y'all might fall to number 4. And then guess what'll happen again? You got to play Alabama again in the next round, or the first round of the college football playoff. Come on, son. Man. 38-17 in the fourth quarter. Well, I'm a Hawks fan anyway, and I'm still pulling for my Hawks. I think this is going to be the year that the Hawks are going to really do big things in the NBA. All right, so let's talk about something else here. Women, I know that there have been a lot of pressure put on you from the time that you were little to now. And I know that there is a saying that the black woman is the most disrespected woman on the face of the earth. I won't disagree with that. Here is what I will submit to you for consideration. There is no time for who's the most wounded anymore. There's no time for that anymore. If someone wants to help you and you refuse it, if someone reaches out a hand, you swat it away. If someone wants to build with you and you say, I want to build on my own, you're disrespecting yourself. If you're scared, just say you're scared. If you don't want to be hurt, hey, stop living. As long as you're living, there's a chance that you're going to get hurt. But the part that we just don't have time for anymore is the go it alone strategy. I do a lot of listening on different social media apps, and I hear some of the same things being echoed and reinforced in some of the conversations. Black men hate us. Black men don't protect us. Black men don't want to do this for us. It's just not the case. I'm not trying to demean anybody's experience, because their experience is what it is. What happens in some instances is women you are so powerful and so dynamic that you have the ability to take on another person's pain and make it yours if you're not careful. If you have the wrong people around you, they can poison you with their energy. Now, I will say that there is a gap that has to be closed between black men and black women. I will also say that there are a lot of hands being reached out and extended in the direction of black women that are being pushed away. There's a lot of focus of black women on black women. Black women focusing on each other, not focusing on the black family. Katie Couric came to Atlanta about 3 weeks ago. And you know what she said to the women that were there, especially the black women that were there? She said that you spent years working on yourself, but you never learned how to be a good partner. You spent years building yourself up, but you never learned how to be a wife. And now here you are with these advanced careers, and you're alone. Katie Couric, I can't pronounce her last name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. She came to Atlanta, and that's what she said. And there were a bunch of black women in the audience. And you know what? We've been telling y'all the same thing. Excuse me. We've been expressing the same thing to y'all. Y'all just didn't want to hear from us. There's a video that I think I had on a couple of weeks ago where a prominent motivator for black women started a relationship thing, matchmaking service. And she stopped within a week because she said the women are delusional. Their expectations aren't even real. Let's talk about settling. Somebody told you that you ain't got to settle. You can get everything you want. They lied. They lied to you. Here's the thing. You do deserve everything that you want. You have to recognize sometimes what you want ain't what you need. When you were a kid, you probably wanted to eat ice cream every day, but you didn't need to. You needed a well-rounded diet, but you wanted it. You didn't need it, though. So you might want a certain type of man that you have visualized in your head. You probably can't even handle a man like that. There's some instances where the fantasy of having a good man is great. The reality is a good man comes with a lot of expectations and a lot of things you got to do. And some of y'all just don't want to. Hell, some of y'all can't. Let's keep it a buck. So when somebody says to you that, hey, you know, you can have everything you want, they are lying to you. They're misleading you is a better way of putting it. They're misleading you because everything you want ain't what you need. What you need is you need to focus on finding someone that is compatible with you. Here is what I mean. You can find a man that fits everything on your book except for two things, and you will focus on those two things, the two things you ain't getting. Now, if those two things don't involve any form of abuse, mental, physical, sexual, financial, none of that stuff, you need to throw that out. If none of those deal breakers are there, you need to throw that out. Because if I gave you $80, you're going to say, no, it's not 100. No, you're going to take that $80. You're not going to focus on the 20 you ain't getting. Why you ain't give me the 20? I'm just going to keep all my money there. And so I can't think of the guy's name, but he said there are a lot of Russell Wilsons out here, but there are too many women sleeping with futures. Or there are too many women that don't want them because they ain't got a lot of money. Okay, so let's talk about quality. If you find a man that treats you well, he's a little shorter than you like, or you find a man that treats you well, he might be a little heavier than you like, or you find a man that treats you well, he might be a little lighter than you like, a little darker than you like, or whatever the case is, you might be facing a what you want situation versus what you need situation. What you want to do ain't what you need to do. All right, ladies, so I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to talk to the fellas a little bit because, fellas, don't get it twisted now. There's a lot of things that we have to do, too. One thing that we have to be able to do, and I cannot underscore this part enough, is we have to be able to make a damn decision. Not just a decision that's, gonna be just for the sake of making a decision, but a good decision. A decision that considers the short-term and the long-term benefits, repercussions, actions, an informed, good decision. If our decision-making skills are good, it's easy to tell. It's easy to tell because they're outward-facing symbols that you will see. One thing is confidence. If a man makes good decisions, he's usually more confident. Additionally, he normally has his act together financially. If a man makes good decisions, he's usually more confident. If his finances are together, it's because he's making good financial decisions. The third thing is there's something about his energy that draws people to him. I don't care what he looks like. There's something about the energy he puts out that draws people to him. So ladies, you may have encountered a guy like that and been like, this guy's really, really nice. Damn, he fat. If he wasn't fat, he'd get it. Damn, this guy's nice. Why he got to be 5'7"? Your ass 5'1". Why he got to be 5'7"? You're still looking up to him? Damn. I need somebody 6'3". You 4'11". The hell? He gonna smother you when y'all late. Let me stop. But fellas, we have got to be able to make sound decisions. Here's the thing that I really want men to understand. You got to be able to stand on your own square, because women will make you move in a second if you don't have the balls to be able to stand on your own square. I don't care what women say. Sometimes you got to check your woman. Now, I don't mean disrespect her. I don't mean call out her name or intimidate her physically. That ain't what I'm talking about. I mean, when she gets out of pocket, you got to have the balls enough to be able to check her, to let her know out of love, hey, that's not how this goes. Oh, that's not how you speak to me. Or that's not how we're going to conduct ourselves. Or however you got to put it. But at some point, you have to be able to check your woman. And do it in a way with nothing but love behind it, but also healthy masculine energy, healthy masculine self-respect. There is no substitute for a man who has self-respect, because you just won't let anybody talk to you any kind of way. I don't care who it is. You just won't do it. So with that said, man, if we are making sound decisions, good decisions, if we are confident, now I mean masculine balanced confidence, now that type of confidence that you can't fake, it's just real, and you can stand on your own square, well, guess what? You won't be able to stop women from coming to you. You will not be able to stop it. Here's the thing, though. You can't try to have them all. This is not Pokemon. You can't try to catch them all. You just cannot do it. You have to make a decision to make this relationship with this woman work. And when you do that, then we start to rebuild our communities. I don't know what's going on with my throat today. Maybe because I'm upset about Georgia getting their ass beat. That might be it. But when we do that, we begin to rebuild our communities, and that's the thing that's important. If we don't get our act together, if we don't rebuild our relationships, we will continue to have, no, actually we won't continue, things will continue to get worse in our communities. Do you know that the rate of home ownership for us in our community has been flat? It's been flat. It hasn't grown much at all. At all. That is ridiculous. When you talk about the wealth in our community, the way that the wealth turns around and cycles in our community, I think it's about a minute before it goes out of our community. About a minute. In some communities, it's almost a month before it goes. The dollar recycles in their community for almost a month. Now, don't get it twisted. We're getting better at it. Well, who we gonna give it to if we ain't got families? I mean, what's the point of a legacy if we don't have a family legacy? I mean, hey, I guess people are really feeling like you ain't got to be married to have a kid and raise a kid successfully, which is true. At the same time, though, damn, if you are married, there are more benefits to it. And studies have shown over and over and over again that kids are healthier when they come from a two-parent household. Now, don't get it twisted. There's some two-parent households that are toxic. There's some single-parent households that are healthy. I'm not saying it's not possible. At the same time, the more households that are led by two parents, the better off our communities are. Just is what it is. All right, speaking of getting married, ladies, let me ask y'all this question. Why do y'all need so many damn pillows? Appreciate you. Why do y'all need so many damn pillows? I need to know, for real. Look, listen. When, on my bed right now, I think I got about I got 5 pillows on my bed, 8 pillows on my bed, a couple of throw pillows. But when I was married, it was 1,000 pillows. I don't understand. What do you need all those pillows for? So I got the perfect video that gives the perfect illustration of how pillows can really affect a relationship. This is Too Many Pillows. Go ahead and roll that clip. Where's the lie? Where is the lie? It ain't no lie. It's the truth. It's the truth. That's what we got to put up with. All them damn pillows. You only need one for her, one for him, and you know, pretty much the other ones are for show. But damn, 1,000 pillows? Y'all so aggravating. I swear y'all so aggravating. All right, now, y'all know my granddaughter is the sweetest little girl in the world. We have a whole lot of fun together. My little muffin is a bundle of energy. She's smart as all get out. She's growing up super fast. She's almost 5. God almighty, no. Almost 5. But as kids begin to develop language skills, as they begin to talk better and better, sometimes they're just not able to form words correctly. Now, when they're talking to you, you're trying to understand them. You have to ask them sometimes, what did you say? What did you say? Because it sounds like what you're saying ain't what you're really trying to say. So I got the perfect illustration of this with this clip I found. And the little girl, I want you to just listen to her really, really closely to see if you can understand what she's saying. Because it sounds like she needs a little butt whooped. I'm just gonna let you be the judge of it. So this is, what did she say? Go ahead and roll that clip.
No factors.
Breakfast?
No factors.
Breakfast?
No factors. No factors. No factors.
Okay.
Okay.
Now she said that she didn't want no breakfast. That ain't what it sounded like she said though. You know what it sounded like she said. I'm just saying, if I had heard it, I would have looked sideways too. But from where I'm sitting, you know, what I know about how kids develop their skills when it comes to language and speaking, it happens. But she's saying she didn't want no breakfast. She's not saying the F word. But that's what it sounded like. But ain't what she's saying, fortunately. All right, I got a couple of more things I want to talk about. First of all, I need y'all to understand something. When it comes to politics can be as messy as all get out, cutthroat as all get out. In the city of Atlanta, we just had a mayoral runoff. It was this past Tuesday. Andre Dickens won the election. He's the 61st mayor of Atlanta. There was a video or a post that was circulated about Felicia Moore, former city council president. It said this, and I'm paraphrasing. Felicia Moore has stated that she's going to close these strip clubs. She's going to change the nightlife in Atlanta. This was T.I. T.I. was basically saying we can't have that. If you value the multiplicity of the nightlife in Atlanta, you know what you know about that. You got to make sure that you vote for Dre. It's got to be Dre Day. You know what you know about that. That's what T.I. was saying. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And Andre Dickens won. Felicia Moore came out and she said that was a dirty tactic. I never said that I was going to close the strip clubs in Atlanta. I never said I was going to change the nightlife in Atlanta. And she didn't say it like that. She did say that she was going to have a meeting with them to discuss zoning and the process to make sure everyone knew what to do and how the process works. And I'm paraphrasing her. All right, here's the real talk. This is straight from Jeffery. Felicia Moore didn't say it like T.I. said. T.I. broke it down in a way that he interpreted it, and I don't think he misinterpreted it too much. The last time that the nightlife in Atlanta was addressed in a manner that really restricted it was under Bill Campbell. And Bill Campbell closed a lot of stuff in Buckhead, restricted the hours, the liquor hours, the closing hours, all that stuff because of what happened with the Super Bowl, with the murders of the young man that happened, and they had Ray Lewis implicated as a perpetrator. All that stuff. Now, what I want you to understand that when Bill Campbell went after Magic City, as an example, he started citing crime statistics. He started citing a lot of things that he was just pulling out the woodwork to justify restricting Magic City. And I'm using Magic City specifically because he really did kind of go after them pretty hard. The lawyer for Magic City took that same study that Bill Campbell advanced and ripped it to pieces. Because here's some of the facts. When it comes to strip clubs particularly, security is pretty damn tight. They have to have it tight, first of all, because they know if they do anything, they're going to lose their liquor license. If they lose their liquor license, they're not going to be making a lot of money. Don't get it twisted. They like people to come in and drink, and they're going to overcharge you for the drinks. That's how they make a lot of money. And of course, the women there make money too. Don't get it twisted. In addition to that, because of the heightened security, that means that crime around those particular establishments are really lower. They are because they have people in the parking lot patrolling the parking lot. They have people on the inside making sure nobody gets out of pocket. It is what it is. So with that said, the thing about politics is what it is. Anything that you say can be used against you and twisted in politics. If I'm misinterpreting what Felicia Moore said, I'll go back and double check it. And if I find that what I'm saying is wrong, I'll come on the show and admit it. At the same time, though, you did say that there was going to have to be some discussions around these clubs and the process. And she wants everybody to understand. You also did a lot of campaigning in Buckhead. A lot of it. Now, that's where they showed up for you in the first time, in the primary election, the regular election, or the general election, whatever it was. And you got a hell of a turnout. You almost won outright. Almost. But then you didn't really touch bases with people that you needed to touch bases with. And those were the people that you didn't really campaign hard for in the beginning. That came back to bite you. I don't think any city council president has become mayor in the city of Atlanta. I don't think so. So that was against you too. You were the city council president. And now you're running for mayor and it was unsuccessful. No disrespect to you. I think that you have done some really good things in the community. I don't think this is the last time that we'll see you or hear from you. I'm just saying T.I. wasn't having it. Because T.I. basically came in and was like, What you know about that? You trying to close the nightlife. And he put it out there. A lot of people heard it, and that hurt you. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. That ain't why you lost. When they had the shooting at the Atlanta airport, Andre Dickens was on the phone with the director at the airport and released a statement. I mean, within an hour, saying, I've spoken to the director of the airport, and here's the situation. I don't recall seeing something from you. If it wasn't that fast. The energy around Andre was a little different. It's like he was with the people. He was with the people. You were in Buckhead. Buckhead's trying to leave Atlanta. Buckhead is trying to leave Atlanta. Now, it would be completely unprecedented if they do this. Completely unprecedented. I mean, they're looking at changing the Constitution of Georgia and all types of stuff to make this happen. It's absolutely ridiculous that Buckhead thinks they have the biggest crime problem in Atlanta. They don't. Crime happens all over Atlanta. It just gets reported when it happens at Buckhead. It makes the news when it gets reported in Buckhead. It doesn't get reported anywhere else. Not like that. It's just regular crime. In Buckhead, if it bleeds, it leads. So, Buckhead, you ain't special. And the person who actually is leading the campaign to get Buckhead to become a city, he's from New York. He ain't from Atlanta. He ain't no Grady baby, no Crawford Long baby. He's from New York. Y'all following a New Yorker? Y'all kidding me. You're kidding me. I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out. Also in politics, Stacey Abrams announced that she is running for governor again. This thing could be really, really fascinating because for the first time in the history of Georgia, it is possible that the top candidates on the highest positions on the ballot could all be black. For Democrat, Governor Stacey Abrams. For Republican, possibly for governor, Vernon Jones, a black man. He's still running for governor. He's still trying to get Trump to get behind him. He's still, doing what he does. But that's possible. For Senator, Reverend Raphael Warnock, on the Democratic side. On the Republican side, Herschel Walker. The fact that the ticket has a possibility of looking that way is just crazy. Now, it's already going to be three: Stacey Abrams, Herschel Walker, and Raphael Warnock. It's already going to be three. That is unprecedented in the state of Georgia. But don't get it twisted. Don't start thinking that, in Georgia, we are beyond racism. We are beyond it. No, don't get it twisted, because Herschel Walker sounds just like a good old boy when you hear him talk about Black Lives Matter. Vernon Jones sounds like a new good old boy when you talk about Black Lives Matter. If they were talking about conservative ideals, all right, that's different now. They're not talking conservative ideals. They're talking talking points. Black Lives Matter people are Antifa. They're un-American. They're trying to undo America and change America. America does need to change. Growth is change. So appealing to white people like you are a white person basically makes you a white person in blackface. Yeah, I said it. Because your interest doesn't lie in the community. It doesn't. Your interest lies in the establishment. And right now, the establishment needs to change. Don't get it twisted. This is the promise of America is great. The reality of America is it has a long way to go. Just is what it is. All right, listen, we do this every Saturday from 6 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. right here on Manifest TV. Manifest TV is powered by the Status Network. I need you to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Instagram is manifesttv.status. Facebook is manifesttv.status. Twitter is status_network_. We're on the Amazon Fire Stick and Roku as Status Network and Manifest TV. We're on YouTube as Manifest TV. my co-host Renee. Renee is Pretty Eyes, PrettyIiz on Instagram. Make sure you go find her and follow her. I am Talk with Jeffery on all social media platforms except for Snapchat. I'm still not snapping. I'm still not chatting. I'm still too old for that. All right, your boy Jojo. Is it Joe or JoJo? Both. All right, it's both of them. Joe and JoJo was the producer today. He held it down for us. Yannette, looking for you, my office girlfriend. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for letting me in the door. Jack Trey, he pays all the bills. This has been a whole lot of fun. We'll be back next week. I got a dope guest that's going to join us, and maybe Renee will come in and join us via Zoom. The young lady that's coming on next week, I forget her name, but she's a really dope young lady. She's a conservative, but we're going to have a really good conversation. I like what she does. This has been a lot of fun, but damn dogs, what y'all going to do? We're about to check it out because I am out.
And there you have it. Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk About It Live with Jeffery and Renee. Watching is the best decision you'll ever make. And make sure you join us next Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. only on www.statusnetwork.net.